Talent is your currency of operation given to you by God according to his purpose for you on earth. It means that this talent comes in various shapes, sizes, dimensions, and form. And what is talent? What are these talents? Talent can be your looks. Talent is your citizenship. Talent is your intelligence. Talent is your level of wisdom. Talent is... Hi, it's me once again, your host, Dr. B. Mark, also known as Dr. Macaulay Barnabas. This is the second edition, the second episode of the Modus Operandi podcast. You are in for a vibe today. Not a vibe, but for a journey, an important one in the scheme of things. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the last episode where we talked about the Joshuas and the David. I believe that must have laid certain foundations to better understand this particular episode that we'll be talking about today. So today's topic is on the concept of talent. The concept of talent. Am I supposed to be beautiful? Am I supposed to be that fine? Am I supposed to be that intelligent? Am I supposed to be that smart? The answer is no. It's shocking, right? No. Yes. You are actually not supposed to be that intelligent. Again, I'm not saying you should be foolish. I'm not saying you should be ugly. I'm not saying you should be poor. Am I supposed to be that wealthy? Not necessarily. That would be the third episode. Something that has to do with wealth. The theology of wealth. I will coin it when the time comes. But let's focus on today's episode. Am I supposed to be that beautiful? Is beauty subjective? Is beauty in the eyes of the beholder? The answer is primarily no. Secondarily, perhaps yes, but primarily no. Beauty is not in the eyes of the beholder. We all see the sun. We know it is beautiful. We see the sky. We know it is beautiful. We all can agree that the zebra is beautiful. We all can agree that the peacock is amazing, walks in majesty and splendor. We all can agree that, right? As a creative, if you are submitting, let's say, an application for an art competition, while they will tell you art is subjective, art is primarily objective. There are certain standards by which or with which your art will be judged. Yes, your works will be judged, despite the fact that everybody claims it is subjective. There are certain standards. So beauty is not in the eyes of the beholder, primarily. I mean, in scriptures, we could see it was clearly stated that Absalom was the finest man in Israel, the most handsome. In fact, peculiar description was given to each part of his body. That was how handsome he was. The most handsome. The most handsome. So it means that there are levels to these things. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the concept of talent. What is talent? Talent is not just being able to dance, being able to sing, being able to play, being able to act. Talent is your currency of operation given to you by God according to his purpose for you on earth. Talent is your currency of operation given to you by God according to his purpose for you on earth. It means that this talent comes in various shapes, sizes, dimensions, and form. Being born in America is a talent. Being born in Somalia is a talent. Talent could be anything. Talent could be your looks. Talent could be your level of intelligence. Talent could be your level of wisdom. Talent could be the time in the era of history you were born. Talent can be your drive. In the Messi and Ronaldo conversation we do have, people think Messi is just the more talented one. Based on which metric? If you say skill, yes. But there is the talent of passion and drive. Oh yes. You can almost be referred to a psychopath to have that level of drive. They are always restless. Not the one born out of insecurity. It's a gift. It's a drive. It is higher than that of the average person. Are you connecting with what I'm saying already? So these are various talents. is not what the society is currently appraising as talent. That is what you call talent. Talent is what God has given to you to fulfill his purpose for you on earth. The family you were born into is also talent. Oh yes, that is a talent. Some people were born into wealthy families. Some people were born into families that has more prestige. That is talent. You will give account to the giver of that talent how you utilize the talent. You will give account the moment you realize that no one is superior to the next, that all that we have, including the thing that we worked for, was given. You are good for life. You become a non-victim of the rat race. You become a non-member of the crab mentality club. You become a non-member of the timid people. You become a non-member of the pride camp, of the proud people. Do you understand? The moment that light enters your mind and your heart, it is a game changer. Remember the parable of the talents. Jesus Christ gave each person according to their ability. Of course, not their ability per se, the ability that he gave them. So the talent is God's, the capacity to handle the talent is also God's. Oh yes, is the thirst and is the water, is the food and is the hunger. All that you have, including the things that you worked hard for, was given to you. It was given to you. At the end of the day, it was given to you. It changes everything. It changes everything. And this conversation then makes us go into the concept of nature and nurture, which is still part of this whole conversation. You would realize that you can only have more of what you already have. Yes. So it is nature first before nurture, even though both are given by God in the larger scheme of things. Nature is first before nurture. Nature comes first before nurture. When God appeared to Solomon in a dream, what did he ask for? Did he ask for wealth? Did he ask for prestige? Did he ask for honor? He asked for the spirit of discernment to judge his people, to lead his people rightly. He understood that God is more interested in fulfilling God's purpose than a man is more interested in fulfilling his. It means that a wise person asks God to bless what God is already blessing. Oh yes, he was that smart. So it took a level of wisdom from Solomon to ask for more wisdom. You cannot have more of what you don't already have. You can only have more of what you already do. Oh yes, if he was foolish, he could have asked for wealth. He could have asked for influence and the likes. But he chose the path of wisdom and got more of what he has. So a foolish person will have more of foolishness. 0 times anything is equals to 0. 0 times 20, 0. 0 times a billion is 0. So if Solomon lacked wisdom, he would have asked for stupidity. So it means that if I invest $1 million into someone with poor financial literacy, I'm getting 0 of that money. Exactly. Ever wondered why most persons who won the lottery always go back to square one? You must first become before you have. Becoming is more important than having. You cannot have more of what you don't already have. This is important in talking about talent. Oh yes, going further into this, viewing it microscopically, let's do something. I'll call it divine mathematics. We can call it destiny mathematics. So in this mathematics, we have 2 variables. Let's not use the word variables. Let's use factor. We have 2 factors. They don't change. They are constants. The first constant is talent. Remember in scriptures, Jesus gave one the particular portion, the other another size, and the third person a different size. 2, 3, 5. We could say 1, 3, 5. Doesn't matter. We get the idea, right? That is a constant. It does not change. It means across all seasons, on the average, a person's beauty might just be 4.5, and that is fine. Across all seasons, if you're using the scale of 1 to 10, may just be 8, maybe 9, 9.8, maybe 10. It could be all kinds of talent. Follow me closely. So now let's say the second factor is called nurture. In other words, we say development or training, whichever word, right? Let's give this particular assumed constant 40. Let's say the highest nurturing a man can do to a talent is 40. So someone who has talent 1 multiplied by 40, it gets what? 40. Someone who has talent 3 multiplied by 40, that same 40 of developing, like nurture the talent, the person gets 120. And the third person with talent 5 multiplied by that same 30, the person gets 200. Now, follow closely. Follow closely. The person with 1 who now has 40, should they feel lower than the person who has 80? 120. Excuse me. Should they feel lower? Absolutely not. They shouldn't, because the real definition of excellence is making the best use of what I have. In sometimes until better comes. That is excellence. So this whole thing changes the paradigm of this definition. Excellence, success, progress. Like we said in the first episode of the podcast. Now, the person with 120, are they essentially better than the person with 40? No. But by size, yes. By worth, no. By size, yes. So there's the difference. Because if the person with 120 develops an identity from their results, or the person with 200 develops an identity from their talent, they automatically become proud. They feel they are better than the person with 40 because they don't understand the destiny mathematics or divine mathematics. It is the metrics of God's judgment. There is a way He sees things that is different from how men, the society, see things. Oftentimes. So it's having the wisdom of God saves you from so many things. It saves you. It makes you focus because there is no time. There is no time for petty competition, for pettiness, for unhealthy comparison. It is the thief of joy, like Mark Twain said. Back to this mathematics. Let's assume the person who was supposed to get 120 from the talent of 3 multiplied by the constant nurturing of 40, right? Let's assume that they did not do the nurturing up to 40. Let's say the nurturing that is supposed to be 40, it was now 30. So 3 multiplied by 30 is 90, right? It is still high to the society's eye. It is still high. Imagine them feeling better and superior compared to the person with 40. The society gives this guy with 90 a medal and they are feeling good. Oh, I'm on 90. I'm on 90 in this talent. Look at this guy with 40. In heaven's eye, it is a different kind of judgment, analysis, assessment. You are actually lower, both in essence and both in size, from the divine point of view. Why? Because ideally, you ought to nurture 40, that's 3 that you have, into 120. You did not do enough. Maybe you even did to 20. 20 times 3, that's 60, and you are still feeling high. This guy is having 40, I'm having 60. Oh my God. You can see the foolishness or the wisdom that is revealing the foolishness. There is no time. It is why it's important, because you don't know the level of nurture. Push yourself. When you meet those better than you in a thing, it is not an opportunity to compete, but to collaborate. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So this is the game changer. It is not as though our parents did not mean well when they said, do a person will get first, he get two heads. They did not just know it better. Some people actually do have two heads, to be fair. Some people have two heads, like we've established. Some people have three heads in case you have two heads. It means that when you come across these people, you should not compete unhealthily. You should collaborate. Collaborate either by learning from afar. Sometimes that is one of the ways to nurture the talent you already have. Oh yes, there is no time. There is no time for pettiness. There is no time for pride. There's no time for timidity. There's a whole lot to do. There is a whole lot to do. So, talent is many things. How are you trading with your talent? How are you operating with your currency of operation, which is called talent, according to God's purpose for you? That the society or the society you belong to is currently celebrating looks. It does not make you worthless. Who has wisdom? That the society is currently celebrating physical strength. There was a time in history when your value was based on how physically strong you were. People who were intelligent were made to look like fools. And there was another time when intelligence was elevated above all things. Those who were physically strong, as a matter of talent, felt worthless. But should you feel worthless based on society's definition? I love this quote. Be you. The world will adjust. They will eventually adjust. Be you. And be you meaning be who God has called you to be. Be who God has called you to be. When you understand this, God can comfortably send people your way, and He knows you will not ruin them. He knows you will mentor them into greatness, even if their greatness is higher than yours. Because you already understand that it does not make them essentially better than you. And He will bring those lower than you. He knows you will not use your insecurity in form of pride to ruin them, because you already understand that what I have is only a form of responsibility. By essence, I'm not better than them. Neither are they better than me. It brings people to you in different capacity. This is purpose. This is the way to live. This is the revelation to purpose fulfillment. This is the revelation to peace. This is the revelation to unnecessary depression. This is the revelation. This is the light to succeed in all areas of your life. And not waste time sulking, because you are not that good in a particular thing that is currently being cherished. There is a community for you. What you don't have more of is a legitimate limitation, because it makes you depend on another person who has more of that thing. Why should I feel proud? Why should I feel superior? Where my own starts, where my own stop, now where another person's own starts. In the match between Canelo and Crawford, I saw him buying a wristwatch of altogether, I think it was $1.9 million. Wristwatch. 1.9 or $1.2 million. Thereabout. 2 wristwatches. Like that. And there's somebody with $2,000 in his account is making life miserable for others in a particular place. And now, let's not point to others. Let's look at ourselves. Because a true student, when he meets a content or a scripture or a quote, they first look at themselves. Assess yourself. Expose yourself. That is what God does. He exposes us to become better, not to run into comfort. The comfort of, they don't judge me here. No. You are accepted in God, but when in the acceptance, you are tested. Your heart. David says in Psalm 139, he said, search my heart, O Lord. Test me and show me my anxious thoughts. Another podcast in itself. Another podcast in itself. Another podcast in itself. A student hears and look at themselves first, then look unto Jesus. They don't run away. When God reveals to you that you are dirty here, is the need for having your bath, not to run away. Oh yes, oh yes. So that is talent. What are your talents? Begin to nurture them, irrespective of what is currently trending. So it is fine not to be that beautiful. It is fine not to be that intelligent. It is fine not to be that wise. It is fine. It is fine. As long as you're doing what you need to do, it is fine. Perhaps that is the amount your purpose requires. And that is the amount another person's purpose who have lesser or more requires. Ceteris paribus, all things being equal. It's your host once more, Dr. B. Mac, aka Dr. Macaulay Barnabas Osage. I hope you had a swell time. Do have a wonderful week. Until next time, see you. Cheers.